this is Kev, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a quick unboxing of this custom 1x12 Defender cab from Kustom. My plan is to literally just use the cab. Cabs are very expensive to order on their own, so I've chosen to order this relatively inexpensive cab. It's got its own 30 watt 16 ohm speaker in it, which is I think designed for one of Kustom's other products. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the speaker out. I don't have any 16 ohm amps anyway. I'm going to take the speaker out and I'm going to put in a Jensen C12 50 watt speaker. So the idea is to just use the cab for this. So and then I'll take the speaker out and sell it or keep it or something else. So that's the general idea for this for today's mod. It's going to be modifying a speaker cabinet. Very, very simple mod, just a bit of soldering required. So yeah, let's get into unboxing it. Always like the opportunity to take things to pieces, so I've got my knife I'm going to try and be careful with. I should mention I ordered this from Tommen, which is where I order a lot of stuff because I live in Europe, and it's they sell great products at great prices. So it was originally double boxed, but unfortunately the box is so big it wouldn't fit in my car, so I can't show you that part of the unboxing, but it did come double boxed, and usually everything from Tommen comes double boxed. Here we go. So it comes with some nice packing here, and then inside that the whole cab's in a plastic wrapping. I'll just take it off the table, take it out, see if the plastic's strong enough to pick it up. Yep. So there we have our cab. Have a piece of paper with, I imagine, some very simple instructions on it, but there's the specifications of the cab in case you're interested in getting this. I'd love to be able to tone test it for you, but I don't think, I can check, I don't think I've got anything with a 16 ohm output. Make sure you throw this away, it's very poisonous for children and dogs, like this one just behind me here. Okay, so we have our cab. Seems to be well and strongly made. And on the back we have, it's a very simple, but I only want simple. We have one input for the amp here. Now obviously that input's going to be just as useful for my applications as this one. So all I'm going to take out is this speaker. Now the speaker in there says it's a custom 30 watt custom amplification speaker. I've no idea how good it is. If I get the chance, I'll tone test it for you. It's pretty heavy, and it'll be even heavier once it's got a 50 watt Jensen in there, I imagine, but it's perfect for my purposes. I imagine the first thing that's going to go on it is this, but these are easy enough to pick up off Marketplace, so I'm not too worried about that. Other than that, it seems fairly sturdy construction, and the reason I'm doing it is because I have a suitcase which I modified to put a speaker in, but it started rattling as I suspected it would at some point, and I can't seem to fix that. So it was a nice idea, looks cool but not very practical. So this will be my new gigging speaker. Okay, let's get on to the rest of the video. Okay, so the first step of this mod is going to be getting the old speaker out, and then the other speaker out of the Kustom Defender cab. So I'm going to get on with that. You can see that happen. I'll stop when I get to the Defender cab. Okay, so the old speaker is out. Here it is. Jensen C12N. In fact, that's the speakers taken out of the other cab. Now I've got to take the speaker out of this one and put this one in. Being very careful to protect the cone while it's out of the casing. So it's my sincere hope that this will be all done without any soldering. I've got my soldering iron ready first. So what I'm going to do first is I need to make space to get this speaker out. So I'm going to start taking off the back, and let's hope it comes off easily. I'll start just taking out all these screws and pray that it's not glued as well. Okay, so I managed to knock this piece out. I think it was here glued a little bit. So what I'm planning to do is I've left this one in because I don't need them both out. What I'm planning to do is to, when I put these back in, it's just to pop a little bit of wood glue on there just to recreate the seal. I'll probably just give this a wee sand down and do that once I've got these speakers out. So these are absurdly easy, these ones. These are solderless. They've basically just got a clip on here. So I'll just take a note of the spacing of those and then I'll take them out. So I just got in there and took a picture. This clip here on the left is the positive as I'm facing it. On the right here is the negative. So I just want to make sure that when these go back in, they go back in the right way. So white's positive. And all I'm going to do is pull these out. That's it, simple as it is. And this circuit board on here really isn't anything but like a fancy connector. I don't think there's nothing on there that's gonna cause me a problem. 16 ohm to 8 ohm. It's just a circuit board connecting these wires to the jack socket. So really simple modification this. Okay, so all I've done there is just unscrewed. These are bolts. Hopefully they're going to be the same size. I imagine they're standard. The speaker just screws in here. We'll take those all out from there. In case you're interested, is the speaker. The old one is the Kustom 16 ohm 30 watts speaker. I'll never know how good it sounds because I haven't got an amp to put in there. I'm just going to pop, I've got an old speaker grill here, so I'm just popping the amp downside on there so it doesn't get damaged. They say the first thing to go in every battle is the plan. So these holes inside here don't line up with the holes of the Jensen speaker, which is fine. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to completely invalidate the warranty, but I don't really care about that, and drill holes and put some bolts through from the other side. So what I'm doing now is I'm just taking a pencil, retractable pencil, one of these things, and I'm just marking some holes out for drilling. So I've got some wood underneath here which I'm going to use to drill through, and now I'm just going to hammer. I'm going to find my middle, my spots, and I'm going to just tap some guide holes. And now I've got my smallest drill bit. I'm using this drill, and I'm going to turn it down a little bit to a kind of a screwdriver setting, and hopefully it will tell me if it's going wrong. This is very useful, by the way. See what you're doing, especially with my old eyes. Okay, here goes nothing. And that seems to have worked a treat. What I've done is I've drilled some guide holes. Now I'm going in with a bigger screwdriver, a bigger drill bit, hoping I don't drill out. Let's be careful here. So far, so good. So I've just tested, just put some of the screws in there. I've got to go and find some other ones that fit, but just to see if it works. And nice, that's nice and snug. This existing bolt which I left in there as a kind of guide fits, so there's no reason to think that the other ones don't fit as well. So I'm going to screw those down. So all of these are now in. We can see in the back here I've added just some washers here just at the back to make sure it's super tight. That speaker is part of the cabinet now. So the next thing to do is to put the back on, and I'm going to use some glue to do that like they did, just to make sure that the back's not rattling around. So I'll just put some wood glue on here and here. There we go, plug it back in. And then to plug back in our cables. So we said negative was black and white was positive, so that's negative over there and that's positive on the left. So we're going to plug, whoops, sorry about that, we're going to plug this in. It won't fit that way. Oops. Making a right big zoo of this. I think I will just leave it there. So negative is black, positive is white, and these should just slot on there. No soldering required. Boom. So that's the demo. I'm pretty pleased with the result, I have to say. You know, I may not have the most perfect setup, but I had the amp up loud. I had the cab up and the power amp up quite loud as I could in my studio. It really handles the low ends very well, and as you'd expect with a Jensen speaker, the crisp sort of high ends. But the cab itself, it seems very strongly made. I've had a custom amp before, and whilst I wasn't super impressed with the electronics on that particular cab, I'm sure they make some that particular amp, I'm sure they make some great ones. I found it that the cab itself was very strong, which is one of the reasons why I ordered this. And this cab also seems to have been well made. It's been glued and screwed, not just screwed, which means it rattles less. It's very sturdy and perfect for this application. I'm sure the speaker that came with it is great as well. Shame I couldn't test that for you. Perhaps someone else has on YouTube. But it was a very easy modification, a bit more difficult than I thought, but I've just come to learn that a speaker hole spacing is not always standard. I think especially on these kind of bespoke speakers made for particular cabs. I suppose it's in order to dissuade people from doing what I've done. Sorry, Kustom, for that. But good result, very happy, very giggable cab. Now much more practical than the old one, and no more rattles. So thanks Kustom for that. You made a nice cab. Okay, if you like what you see, you want to see more modifications to guitars and other things, hit subscribe. I'm trying to build up the channel. Got a lot of videos on there already, modifications to guitars and various other things. So do subscribe, and I'll see you here next time.